So, you know what they say about the best laid plans? They don't always happen the way that you think they are. And that's what happened when it came time to clean up my cloud drives. So, I have 17, 15 to 17 years of files between Google Drive and Dropbox. And then you add in iCloud Drive, and there are tons. Some are completely irrelevant. They were from when I started my business way back in 2008. And some of them, even though they're older, are still relevant today. So the idea was to create a couple scripts that pulled all of the information from both Dropbox and Drive into a spreadsheet so that I could go through them, clean them up, and then add them to a Notion spreadsheet which would allow me to search them more easily and find them more easily because they would be in one contained area. But that's not what happened. So let me show you what I did and why it was important for me to pivot from the original plan to what I ended up doing. I'm Lee Drozak, and I can help you make your next business move with confidence. I provide thinking partners to help you to filter out the hype and the noise and focus on simple, right for you actions to continue to grow your business. Let's get into it. I wanted to get a list of the files from both areas because I thought it would be easier to go through them. So I created a script for the Google Drive, which is simple. I just asked ChatGPT to help me create a script that would allow me to download all of the files on my drive. And then you go to script.google.home and you just copy and paste it in. So this is the script itself. And then I verified which account I was doing this in. I have 3 different user accounts, so I'm able to do this in all 3 of the files. So what happened though was once I downloaded everything, it not only gave me all of my files, it also gave me files, references to files that were shared with me from other sources. At the end of the day, it was over 5,000 rows. So that means 5,000 files that I had to go through, which was a little daunting. So then I went and I did the same thing with Dropbox, but Dropbox works a little different. You have to create an API key, and then you have to create an app to add the API key and run the exporter. So that's what I did. I created it. I put it in Replit. I grabbed my API access token and I ran it. And that one was 55,000 files, I think, 55,000. So that's when I decided I had to regroup. I could not download 2 spreadsheets, take those spreadsheets and merge them into Notion and go through. It was just it was too many files to upload into Notion at one time. And 2, I thought, oh my gosh, I'm never going to get through this. And then the second problem, as I started to think that through, was if I marked a file for delete, I then had to go and find it. So I punted and I came up with a different plan of action. So let me close these out. Now, these are my files in Dropbox. I haven't gotten to all of these yet because there's just a lot of stuff in there. So I have another business, which is WP Site Success, and there's a lot of files in there for clients and projects. So the thing that I need to do from there is to split those out first and decide what I'm going to keep and not. So I have to rethink this play on this account. But the Google Drive account was a little different because here I had different kinds of files. They were mostly files for the business in its current state, the business when I started. So let me pop me out of the way. And so with Google Drive, and I'm sure I'll do this with Dropbox too. The first thing I did was I needed to get rid of all the shared files that were totally irrelevant to me or my business. So if you go to the shared with me, you'll see here that all of your files are in here. So I still have a bunch of them I have to go through, but I did really narrow it down. Now I had, oh my gosh, a ton of folders in there, a ton. And what happened was I needed to get them out of the folder so that I could properly review them. So the first thing that I did was I changed it from this view to this view, and then I slowly started going through the different folders so that I could see what was what, and then remove what wasn't necessary and keep what was. It's still a daunting task, but it wasn't as bad as I thought it was. And I think that this was over half full when I started. My usage meter down here was half full. So I did get rid of a lot. But then that became a second problem. And the second problem was that the PDFs that were in there, I had to go through those, and I didn't want to have to manually open them all, because what happened then was like shiny object syndrome, where I was spending too much time really just reading PDFs and looking at them and trying to figure whether it should stay or go. So then that's what I did here in ChatGPT. I created a prompt that said, answer these 3 questions, and if it meets 2 of the 3 criteria, it was a keep, and if not, it was a delete. And let me show you that. Okay, so here's what I did. Now, you can do this using the links for the drive, or you can pull them from your computer. I'm going to pull them from my computer. So what I'm going to do here is, so you can add an app. So I could actually pull them from the Google Drive, but for the purposes here, I'm going to go ahead and add them. Let's see, I have 2 of them here, this one and this one. I'm going to attach those, and then I'm going to add my prompt, which is evaluate the content using this quick filter. Does it solve a real or current problem? Is it aligned with my current framework or direction? Now, keep in mind, I've been using ChatGPT for going on 2 years now, probably longer. So it has a lot of context on where I'm at and what I'm planning on doing in the memories. But if you don't have that in there and you want to do this, give it some context of what your current business is and what direction you're taking, maybe who your audience is, just to give it that context that it already has for me for memories. And then I said, can it be repurposed easily into something useful? Only keep 2 or more as a yes, otherwise delete it. Now, this is the important part, because I tested this out before I ran it a couple times. And the first time it gave me like gobs of information, which wasn't helpful at all to do what I wanted to do, which was quickly review these and determine, is it something that is still useful to me? So I said, I told it a response format, and that was keep it or delete it, short answer only, keep or delete. Too long, don't read. 1 line for a reason, be blunt. And only if you keep it, then give me a short synopsis of how it can be useful or repurposed. Now, I'm not big on it, on emojis, so I always tell it no emojis. And then I said no fluff, no selling, be direct. I just want this to be an objective opinion of, is it going to be useful down the road, or should I just get rid of it? So once I did that, then I go ahead and I run the prompt. And what it does is it looks at the PDFs. You'll see here it's evaluating them. And so here's the first one. It said keep it. Here's why it tells me to keep it. And the second one, delete it. So now I can look and say, keep this one, remove that one. Now, from there, I wanted to have this for the very reason that I am now going to save this into a Notion dashboard. So let me show you that. Okay, so I created a Notion dashboard, and this is still a work in progress, so it may change a little bit, but basically the title of what it is, the link for it, which I will pop in there eventually, the date it was created or modified, the file type, which is what, in this case, it's a PDF, the size, and then who owns it. This was not created for me, it was from someone else, so it'll give me the author name and then the tags. So my tags are going to be, it's never been used, it's outdated information, it's still relevant, keep, delete, or remove. And the reason that I did this is because I have a lot of assets for my business that I'm going to need to categorize. Now, the reason that I did this was because eventually those scripts where I told it to put something into a CSV file so that I could upload it, I'm going to upload it to here using the native upload in Notion, which is if I go here and I do merge with CSV and I click that, then I can go ahead and upload files. I think at this point, and this is where it's still a work in progress, so this probably may change between now and then, is to, now that I have all these files left, I'm going to take that CSV and upload it into here in Notion and then, and then tag it and add any notes to it. That one I'm still working on. But what will happen is eventually my files, my cloud storage will no longer have folders upon folders upon folders. What it's going to have is it's going to have the file name, and I'm coming up with a file name convention too, so that it's easy to, one, go ahead and sort through. It's easy to, two, look at it at first glance and see how old it is, because it's going to start with the date. And then this is the category, and I'll look at it and say, maybe I'll say, okay, let me find all the stuff in the AI prompts or the GPTs. Are these even relevant anymore? And then, of course, the file name, which is going to be as descriptive as possible, but also because ChatGPT and Claude both work with Google Drive, I may eventually be able to sort or search or refine it even better using AI prompts. Okay, so that's it in a nutshell. The whole idea is to get rid of the digital clutter. So having all this digital clutter in these spaces is just bogging my system down. When I look at the files, they're completely overwhelming. So I need to get rid of the digital clutter. Now, some people like to keep everything, and you do you and figure it out. But I've found that in order for me to move forward in a clean and effective manner, especially since I'm starting to really utilize Notion and the AIs, that I needed to come up with a system that would work for me. So gone is the layer upon layer of folders, the vague file names, and just stuff everywhere. And it's going to be streamlined into one space so I can easily look at it and say, is this still relevant to me today? Can I get rid of it? And then also use the functionality of AI from this point forward to help me to use this information instead of just consume this information. So that's it. Thanks for sticking with me, and I'll see you in the next video.